Great. So it's been a couple of weeks or so since we were in Swanwick, and I thought it would be good to actually have a wee chat about what Galashiels are doing and what West Tweeddale are proposing to do. So I suppose, how did you find it?
I mean, I think I said it to you at the time. I mean, I've been to many conferences, and many really good conferences, and this must be one of the best I've been to. I just found it so relevant, so energising, and it made me bolder, Fiona, to think about growth. And I think that was the same for the other four who came from Galashiels.
Right, yeah. I mean, I found it quite wordy, and possibly not a lot of time for us to actually interact with other congregations. But I came away actually really enthused about it in a way that I've not ever been before. Because you're right, you go to a conference and it doesn't actually, it says, oh, that's great, but it doesn't actually give you the bit to say.
Yeah, I got the impression the other, however many churches were there was a lovely atmosphere in the conference room, because people just looked like they could tell this was good stuff. And everyone looked happy and excited because they felt like this was really valuable.
Yeah, I mean, we had to, as you know, the last session was about making a plan, and we spent the whole of going back home thinking about the plan. But did you do the same, or were you? No,
we were probably more tired by the journey home, but we've met since, and our sessions discussed it, and so there's already things coming from it, but. I mean, for me, it really challenged me, Fiona. It challenged me because we came away from it really thinking of three priorities: in numerical growth, which that means more people coming to Jesus; spiritual growth, which means more people becoming more like Jesus; and missional growth, which is more people becoming more like Jesus, bringing more of his mission out into the world.
Right.
And that really challenged me to previously almost be modest about thinking about being so bold as to think about growth like that. But there was so many different phrases staying in my mind. That phrase, I'm called to this church. I'm called by God to help grow this church. And what I found helpful in the conference was it began to become clear we have so much already that we can do to help grow the church.
So you're not starting from nothing.
No, and it's not. I think you said that it's not. It was very practical, and we all felt there was a lovely exercise, and it was set up by the idea of, if you remember, Jesus and his ministry throughout Galilee, and we were asked to map our Galilee, and that was how many people we have warm contacts with within the parish. And when you really thought about that, you thought about the hall users, you thought about the neighbours of churchgoers, you thought about the youth organisations and the parents. We were in the thousands, and that was very challenging, because it made me realise, we have the people there. Why aren't we inviting these people?
Exactly.
And it was really helpful the way they spoke about how to invite people to church, and that lovely phrase, I'm going to go to church, it's going to be really good, would you like to come too?
Yeah, I've used that so many times as well. I mean, yes, the Galilee sort of idea of the Galilee villages, wasn't it? Because what we're hoping to do as our plan is set up some sort of event in the manse, basically, at West Linton on Pentecost Sunday, and celebrate and invite all of the organisations that have some sort of contact with the church to come in and set up their stall and tell everybody what they're doing, and hopefully engender the idea that the church is so much in lots of different ways. And from that, hopefully ask people, do they want to get more involved in the church and set up something that will actually allow them to explore their faith? Because we haven't done anything like that for years in our part of the world. And I suppose we've almost been a little bit reticent, because we thought that the church really wasn't relevant. And I think what it shows to me is that the church can be really relevant.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm honest, and I think back, and I don't know about the people listening at Presbytery, but I was thinking at the conference, how many people in the last 12 months have I myself invited to church? And I think it might be one person.
That's interesting, the minister saying that.
Oh, please edit it. But actually just inviting, being so bold as to invite someone in that lovely way of saying, we're going to church, it's really good. Would you like to come as well? And I wonder how many people in our presbytery over the last year have actually invited someone to church, because it's hard. And the thing I remember about it, a lovely thing was, nothing grows your faith more than having to share it with other people. And there's this idea that even if you invite someone and you're embarrassed or they refuse point blank, your faith, by stepping out like that, your faith is growing as well.
Yes, and it might be that actually inviting people to your church service isn't quite what they want at that point, but what it was demonstrating was that there were so many points of contact that you can have, and maybe what you do is look at things of how people will want to get started to get involved, and then perhaps it grows, but do it in a way that is exciting to people and interesting to people. And
I mean, we spoke a bit about, what we've already done, and the action plans that we're all doing for presbytery. We've made those 3 priorities. All our activities now, we're saying is, look, how does it contribute towards numerical growth, missional growth, or spiritual growth? And our Kirk session's taken the decision that we meet monthly, and every second month we're now not going to be dealing with the business of the church. We're going to be focused purely on this idea of growth. How are we going to what are we doing in these areas? What's happening with our presbytery action plan? And that's really exciting.
Which is very exciting.
Well, I think it's great that our elders, it's not just about business, that the elders are leading this.
Which I suppose leads on to, why would we, having experienced it, why would we actually say to other churches, get involved?
I mean, I think there was an interesting thing. Neil, who's coming to the presbytery, lovely Yorkshireman, who's coming to the presbytery in June, he was sitting with me at one of the final meals, and I said, this conference has been excellent. He says, I know. And it wasn't the modest answer you'd expect. But what he meant was, I know, I've seen the effect that leading your church into growth has had. It had such an effect on me, that's why he's now involved in it. And so he knows it. And the impression I got was that the people who led it, they knew that what they were helping us with was something exciting and something that really could help our churches grow.
Yeah. So hopefully we can then expand it to other churches in the presbytery.
And I think it'd be well worth on that Saturday for each of our churches, because what really worked was to have a group of people from the church that could talk about this. So I think the more people that people can invite from their churches to that presbytery meeting, I think it could be really worthwhile.
Good, thank you.